Welcome back to Hannity. So the so-called journalists over at fake news CNN, they have been wall-to-wall anti-Trump coverage. They can't stop. It's like a drug to them. Well, last night, the deputy assistant to the president, our friend, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, he went into the belly of the beast and completely owned Anderson Cooper. If you haven't seen it, it's must-watch TV. Take a look.
You've heard the reporting that there's a bunker mode in parts of the White House since the news of Donald Trump Jr. broke. I want you to be able to comment on that.
Oh, absolutely. It's laughable. Your Chiron talked about a crisis. Your reporter talked about a bunker mentality. I actually work in the West Wing. I work in the White House. It is absolutely nothing of the kind. I know you want salacious, sensational coverage for your ratings, so your corporate sponsors and owners will have, more money. But that's not media. That's not reportage. It's just fake news.
Okay. I'm just going to ignore the insults because I don't think it really gets us anywhere. Again.
It's not about you. It's about actually having journalism back on TV. Let's let the viewers judge, who decided that you are now at 13th place in national ratings, behind Nick at Night, which is at 11.
By the way, Dr. Gorka is right. They're losing to Yogi Bear reruns. Hey, boo-boo. And by the way, here's another exchange that Gorka had with our former colleague, Allison Camerata, who now works at CNN. This is tough to watch. Take a look.
The amount of time you spend in desperation on a topic that has plummeted you to 13th place in viewership ranking across America. I mean, more people watch Nick at Night cartoons than CNN today.
Our ratings are doing just fine. I mean, if you want to go there,
13th,
our ratings are doing just
13th.
fine. But what ratings
Nick
represent is that people
11.
are interested in this.
All right, here now with reaction, media reporter with The Hill, Joe Concha, recording artist, entrepreneur, Kaya Jones. Kaya, it just so happens Dr. Gorka is right. I mean, Hey, boo-boo, let's get a picnic basket is outrating CNN. It's just a fact.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chip and Joanna Gaines reruns are doing better than CNN at this moment, and Anderson Cooper. So,
what did you think of the exchange?
I think that it's good. I think that Gorka is doing great by going after the narrative of what they're trying to do. We need to discredit the fact that this is fake news. And the only way to do that is to pull the numbers. Let's show really what's going on. And, this whole narrative of, Donald Trump Jr. and the Russian thing. I mean, Hillary Clinton actually has done things with our uranium, 20% at $140 million, tens of millions of dollars going into, the Clinton Foundation. And those are facts. Is anyone investigating that? Or who even gave the story to the New York Times about Donald Trump Jr.?
Well, Joe, what's your take? I mean, you really do stand apart. I notice you're not a part of the Humpty Dumpty cabal on Twitter and social media, and you stand independent. What is your take on it objectively?
In terms of the Gorka exchange with Anderson Cooper, well, Sean, the way I saw it was he was taking issue with the CNN report about the White House being in a bunker mentality. Here's where the White House has been in terms of a bunker mentality over the last couple of days. You have the press conference doing a joint press, the president doing a joint press conference with the president of France. You have him doing interviews with Reuters and CBN yesterday. You have Kellyanne Conway doing multiple interviews across the spectrum. Jay Sekulow setting a record, I think, for most records in one day in terms of interviews. On ABC, CBS, NBC, and obviously Gorka has been very active as well. So that's not a bunker mentality. But here's where I took issue with that interview. Anderson Cooper at one point scolded Sebastian Gorka and said, quote, "I'm just going to ignore the insults because I don't think it really gets us anywhere." And in the post-interview analysis, after Gorka was off that interview where he couldn't defend himself, Anderson Cooper, who is an anchor, the face of that network and the highest paid person there who should act like a professional, called Gorka the Hungarian Don Rickles. So that is where things are getting personal. It's no longer about anything else but hurling an insult where a guy can't defend himself. And by the way, if you're going to insult somebody, don't bring up Don Rickles. He just died 3 months ago. He was beloved. Find another example besides a beloved entertainer like Mr. Rickles.
Remember what he said to my friend Jeffrey Lord over there. Are they able to recover their brand, Kaya? You know a lot about branding.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Anderson Cooper, he's a Vanderbilt. So, I mean, his narrative and the amount of money that they made.
He's a Vanderbilt. I'm talking about the CNN brand. I'm not really interested
come on, like maybe he can help them out financially because they're going down.
Yeah, that's probably true. Does Jeff Zucker survive, considering he's driven this network into the ground, Joe?
Well, I think the advertising revenue is still pretty good, Sean. Obviously, 13th in total viewership is not where you want to be. You don't want to be trailing episodes of Full House, which is a show that came on the air 30 years ago. And the Olsen twins are actually in their 30s, which makes you feel kind of old. So, yeah, they're going to have to turn things around clearly and get back to the CNN that we had, during the Gulf Wars and just doing that kind of reportage instead of focusing on one topic so much. Harvard study, Sean, I brought it up. I'll bring it up again. 93% of all coverage on CNN is negative towards the Trump administration.
NBC.
That is a number you cannot spin.
Thank you, guys. We'll take a break.